why is it significant to think about the killing of George Floyd or Michael Brown or Emmett Till from the perspective of a human rights violation as compared to framing it within our domestic civil rights framework?
One of the biggest things I think we have to do in the United States right now is this, which is underscore that inextricable link between human rights and civil rights. Civil rights are encompassed under the human rights umbrella. So I think one of the biggest things we have to do right now to really try to give more teeth to the international laws that we rely upon is to help educate about that link and to get people talking about that link and messaging around it. We should not be having conversations that are only talking about civil rights. We should be having conversations that put it into this global context of human rights.
Human rights is, I believe, a more has a more coherent understanding of racism than our Constitution does. And, and of course, the other thing about human rights is that it is not limited to the political realities of a particular time and place. It is a question of principle.
I think most Americans would say civil rights, yes, are about laws that are subject to change by lawmakers, and that they are not comprehensive with respect to justice. And, I think the sense is that human rights are.
This is one of the reasons I'm involved in work that I call human rights lawyering work, because for someone who has an aspiration to try to create justice in the world, it makes much more sense to aspire to fulfill our human rights as opposed to sort of being willing to settle for the lower standards that from a legal perspective are represented in the civil rights jurisprudence.
We have to change the framing for how we talk about this work and these issues. And I think that's going to be a big game changer. And I think that's what's going to help to buoy the strength and the efficacy of the international human rights treaties that we have all relied upon for so long, but for whom many people in the United States, for instance, don't really focus on because they've never thought about it as one of the arsenals or as one of the tools in their arsenal for fighting back against these injustices.